It was the 4th of July, 1827. The morning was beautiful and gay. The sun rose without a cloud over the pine-clad hills of my native land, where in boyhood I had often toiled and sported. Just as I came within a mile of the farm of my good old Aunt Van Cott of Cannan, Columbia County, after an absence of 3 years. I had during this time exchanged the features of the bashful boy for those of the man, and instead of a laughing, careless countenance, a forehead of marble and a cheek of rose, stern care had marked me as her child, and the sun had given a shade of brown to my features. These, added to a heavy growth of beard and whiskers, disguised me so far that I could pass through the neighborhood of people known and familiar to me, unnoticed and unknown. With a quick step, a beating heart, and an intense, indescribable feeling of joy, sorrow, hope, despondency, and happiness, I approached the door of Mr. Hasley and knocked. It was opened by an aged female, a stranger to me. I entered and inquired for Miss Thankful Hasley. In a moment more she had me by the hand with a look of welcome which showed she had not forgotten me. I spent the day and evening with her, explained to her all my losses, my poverty and prospects, and the lone retreat where I had spent the previous winter, and the preparations I had made for a future home. I also opened my religious views to her, and my desire, which I sometimes had, to try and teach the red man. In view of all these things, said I to her, "If you still love me, and desire to share my future, you are worthy to be my wife. If not, we will agree to be friends forever, but part to meet no more in time. I have loved you during 3 years' absence," said she, "and I never can be happy without you." I repaired to my aunt's, found the usual welcome. After visiting my mother and kindred for a few days, I saw my old friend William S. Herrick, where I had been employed 5 years before. He was very anxious to employ me again, and finding I was willing, he discharged a hand he had already and gave me double wages. I remained in his employ till October and found the same kind of reception as formerly. On the 9th of September, 1827, Parley P. Pratt and Thankful Hasley were solemnly united in the bonds of matrimony by Elder Palmer, minister of the Baptist Church in Cannan, Columbia County, New York. In October we took leave of our friends in Canaan and took passage for the West. We hired a conveyance to Albany and then took passage for Buffalo on a canal boat and from there on board a schooner. Passing up Lake Erie, we landed in safety at the mouth of Black River in Ohio and within 10 miles of my place. My wife had some money, which we paid in for the land I had purchased. The following spring found me 21 years of age, married, and settled in a log dwelling in the midst of a small clearing made with my own hands, in the place where I had spent the previous winter in solitude.